Hi all, welcome back. This is part 8 for the 12 videos of the series 4. And here in this POC we will do when we will send an email to the Lambda when an object is added to the S3 using the simple email service SES. So we'll use in this POC Lambda, S3 and SES. We will do all those configuration here. Agenda for this POC is first we need to create the role for the Lambda and create a Lambda function, and we will using the here Python code. And after that, we will create a S3 bucket and we will uh, configure the event notification in the S3 bucket. Then Python code, we will write Python code over which will use this Python code in the S3. And after that, we will upload one document to the S3 and we will check whether SNS SES is verifying the email ID. And after verifying this email ID, when we will send it again any object to the S3, it will send notification to the user, which is configured to the SES. And it had been done by the using Lambda function, right? So flow for this POC is when object will be added to the S3 bucket, Lambda will be triggered and it will trigger and it will send notification to the user using the simple email service. And we can check all those logs for the Lambda in the CloudWatch, right? So let's start the POC. First, we need to create one role which we'll use in the Lambda function. So you can see here, here I'm giving the using the policy for the Amazon STH full access for sending the email and executing the Lambda function AWS Lambda execute, right? So let's log into the AWS console. You can see I already logged in, and here you can see it is showing Lambda function. We don't have any roles. So let's go and create the role. So here you can see we need to choose a use case Lambda here, and I will select the policy. Not copied, I'm copying this one. SES full access, this one policy, and second one, this policy we will use to policy, right? No tag is required review, and role name, I'm giving this role name. I've created all those documented in this PPT, so it is very easy to configure everything. You can see I am just mentioning the description. And I'm going to create role. You can see this role is created successfully here. Now next step is we need to go to the Lambda function. Second step, create a Lambda function using Python, right? So function name, I will take name from here. We can just type, we don't have any function here in the Lambda. So just go and create a function. So we will go with the first person, author from sketch, right? And function name, you can say I have written Lambda S3 SES. And runtime we need to select, right? Here runtime we are using Python 3.8. So I'm selecting those Python because you will use the Python code over there. And you can see here execute role, select an execution role. See, this is roles we need to select over there. Use existing role. And this role we have created earlier, right? So we need to select this. Role is selected for this function. Advanced setting, we don't have any more thing for advanced. So we are going with the default one, right? We can configure the VPC network and other things also. So we are going and create the function. You can see here, this Lambda function is created and default code we got it here. See, this is the py file for the Python one. So we need to change it according to requirement. So we will do it, and we have created the function here, right? Now we need to create the S3 bucket and configure the event notification S3 bucket. So go to the S3. You can see we don't have any bucket so far. So I'm going and create bucket. And region I'm using USist1, right? See, nothing. Not pro to open S3 bucket and enable the static website hosting, right? So first we need to go and create the bucket, right? Now I'm opening it, and you can see property. You can see I've written here. Go to the property, event notification, and create new notification, right? You can see here multiple properties are there. This is the event notification for S3 bucket, and you can see create event notification here. We need to create here. So event name, it is asking for that, right? So I mention here event name lambda S3 event. And this is the optional thing, preface suffix, we are leaving it. And event type is type of events we need to fire it, right? So I have written here all object create event and all object for delete event, right? So all object for create event and all object for delete event we required for that. We can select all those things as per the requirement, right? And next one, we need to select the lambda function. Lambda function is there, selected. See, we have created this earlier lambda function that is coming here. So lambda function is selected, right? You can see, and we need to only save changes, right? You can see here, it is showing the event notification here. One event is created by lambda S3 event, and lambda function is associated here, right? So when we will add the document in the S3, it will trigger this event is notified, and this lambda will be called from here directly, right? Now next one, I think here we need to miss out create bucket. You need to I missed it out. I added here, and after that you can see here write a pattern code. So we have lambda function here where we need to go the select the lambda function dot py, and we need to write down this code here. So basically what this code is doing here, I will show you in the Python. This is the code view. So I'm just removing this whole thing with this one. So JSON we are using here, I imported Boto3. Boto3 is supported by the Python, this lambda function. And here basically we are getting the client, SES client, and we are creating the email body here, like subject, body, object, right? And after that message, we are putting in message everything, subject, body, right? And in the responses, we are sending email to the source. We can add, I'm adding this email ID and to address, you can see two address are there. And what thing we are adding here, you can created the message earlier. So we are adding the message here. So it will respond to the both email ID. So we have written only this code over here. Only we are creating the subject, body, and messages, and we are just using the Boto3. We are using the SES client. right? So after doing this, we need to go and deploy it. This is change deployed, right? So next slide, I'm going to add an object to the S3 bucket, right? So we need to add something, and we need to check the logs in the CloudWatch, right? So first, I think we need to open the CloudWatch so that we can see, or we can directly open from the CloudWatch from here, also in monitoring section. So let me open the CloudWatch. You can see we don't have any log groups Gimpity. We don't have anything, right? When it will run, we will create the logs over here, right? So let's go and add something in the S3 bucket, right? You can see it, we don't have anything. I'm uploading one file over there, 8 files. So I am index.html I'm adding here. Upload. When we'll upload, this lambda function will trigger, right? And one file uploaded. You can see here. Now go to the it is showing in the check the logs in the CloudWatch via check the monitoring table of lambda function. So we can check in both way directly from the CloudWatch. Also, you can go and refresh. We can see this is just generated lambda S3. And other way I will show you monitoring tab. Also, you can open it. You can see here. Here this log is generated just now, and when we are opening that, you can see here. I think it is showing some syntax error over there. So we need to correct that code. This code is something contain the indentation error is there, right? So let me correct that code also. I think the dot is there wrong, right? Copy it from here. Let me copy it again. Yeah, I think this is the issue here. Yeah, right. So let me check it again here. So meanwhile, I'm deleting the log file so we can know that we are getting the correct one, right? So in CloudWatch, I'm going to log group. I'm deleting this file. Okay. Now I'm going to the S3 bucket and again adding one file. I'm laying lessons.txt. Any file you can take. It is uploaded, right? So let's go and check the log file again. You can see here it is created one more log file. Let me open it. And you can see it is showing two files. Latest one is 712, right? Still it is a function in some syntax error, invalid correctly identified lambda. So let me correct this issue offline and I will come back after fixing this issue, right? You guys showing in line number 21, it's showing there. Line number 21, you can go over there and you can see here. Now 21 line number here, we have some issue. So let me correct this issue and I will come back again. Yeah, you can see here, I got it. It is showing in bracket is wrong, right? You can see double quotes. It's incorrect, right? So now it is fixed. We can again deploy the changes, right? And again, we need to go to delete all those logs so that you won't be get those things. Let me delete it. I don't know why it is not deleting it. It does not exist. Okay. Let me go to the log group. I am deleting it again because we can easily understand those things. Now we don't have anything here, right? In the logs. Let me upload one more file here in the S3 bucket. I am selecting fun.css. Any file you can select. Upload. It is uploaded, right? You can see. So let me check it again. Log file. See, it is again generated one log file. And when we go here, let me refresh here. One file, right? You can see. Now you can go there. Now you can see here. Actually I'm looking for this email. It is showing message rejected and error occurred. Sending option. Email address is not verified. Verification failed. Because both the email address we have not verified so far. So we need to verify it. You can see it is showing two address. So our code is run, that is correct one, but we have not verified, so we are getting this error. So it is required for the verification of both emails, right? So go back to the slide. Let me correct this PPT. You can see here this double quotes. This is the wrong thing. I'm correcting here in the PPT also. See, it is corrected now. Right? And one dot may be coming, so we will check it around, right? And you can see we have done this thing. And I mentioned here, open the log and check the error. Error will say message rejected because this email address is not verified, right? So we need to go and verify those things first. So we have done this. Now we can see we need to go to the verify email ID. Now we need to go to SES and simple email service and need to verify a new email address, right? So what we can do, just open the SES. Simple email service, right? You can see I am opening in another window. See, this is our account dashboard. And you can see here verified identity. Let's go over there. Nothing is there, right? So you can see and click on the email address. I think somewhere we will get the email address. Now you can see here, this is showing the SES screen. Actually, this is your older one. You can see this is the try out the new console. Here you can see this is the new console for SES, right? And if you want to check the uh, use the classic console, you can click it here, right? So anything, this is newer one. So you can see here, this is dedicated request, dedicated IPs, like multiple options, but we will go to the classic console, use the classic console, and it will route it to the older one. You can see this is the earlier console. So here you can see this is email address option is coming. Email address, just go and click on verify email address. So just copy paste from that those error logs, because you can see this is the email ID. You need to go and verify. So I am putting email address here and verify this email address. You can see it is showing pending verification, right? And again, I will send one more email address here, because I've used two email address. So verify this email ID. You can say both are showing pending verification, right? So what we need to do, verify the both email address, log into this account, right? So make sure you are giving your email ID here. Then after that, it will show the verified status. You can say pending verification. So let me open my email ID here, right? So you can see here, this is my email ID, and you can see I have got, yeah, you can see in updates, I got one updates, Amazon Web Services, email address verification request in region this North Virginia, right? So I am opening this email. You can see email address verification request, right? So you can just go and click this for verification, right? I clicked it here. This is successfully verified, right? So now go and check it out here. What happened? Let me refresh where only. You can see this email ID is verified. Now we need to do it for same for this email ID, right? So let me do it for this one also. I've given this email ID, right? You can see here, we have got the email address here, right? The same message. I'm opening it, and we got that mail. Let's go and verify this one also. You can see it is verified here, right? So let's go to SES and refreshing it. Now you can see both are verified, right? So we got earlier this error uh, in the CloudWatch. So we need to verify that we have done. Now going back to the slide, next slide, we need to add the object again, right? So let's go and check. I'm going to the S3 and I'm uploading one more document. Add file. This time I am adding the error.html, right? And uploading this file. You can see this file is uploaded. Now we have 4 files, right? And going back to the CloudWatch, just log groups. I'm going over there. I'm refreshing it. This is already there because you have not deleted that folder last time. Now we need to refresh it. I think we have not received so far. Let me refresh one more time. I think it is updated file. Let me check here. You can see here same log updated. Here we got this error message. Email address is not verified to 10/9. And you can see after 13/16 we have got that again same messages. Let me check the emails. You can see here we got one message here, and this is the just received this message. And in other ID we have two ID, right? And let me check it here. I think in primary email I got it, right? You can see I got it. Object create and put event from this bucket, right? You can see here. Let me so it looks safe, right? You can see new notify the regarding object creation put events. The object it deleted source IP 0.html, right? So you can see object put event from event is fired, right? In this bucket. And same message we have got here for put events, right? Right. So when we have added the object, we got that message. Actually, we have not deleted the most this message in the clause word, so it is not identify here which one is correct one. And I think it is last we are getting those the corrected one. You can see here this request we are getting. Let me refresh it again. Now, fine. I think same log file we are getting, right, and log groups. You can see, I think, yeah, it is updated. You can see 11:58. Start requesting this one, and after that end request, right? And it is showing that things, right? So it is showing we're not getting any error in the log file, and as well as we got the email in the both the IDs correct notification. So when S3, we have added S3 bucket, and we got that things, right? So let's go back to the PPT. You can see here I mentioned in the log also. You can see here I am just enlarging it. You can see it is start event and request. Whatever we got it and request ID, we are getting like that same number in our S3, right? In our CloudWatch. You can see here in CloudWatch, I showed you earlier. Same thing we are getting here, right? So you can see directly logs from the CloudWatch, or you can go to the Lambda and go to the monitor tab, because here it is monitor tab is there, and you can directly go in the view logs in the CloudWatch directly from here. So if I'm clicking here, it will go to the CloudWatch management, and it will open the log file directly. You can see it is opening that file, and it is directly restored that log path location, right? And you can see here same file you are getting. Start and right, and this is a request ID, right? We got which is there. So we can see from here also, and Lambda is showing some addresses for that monitoring purpose, right? So in the later section, we will take four more POC on the Lambda and take the different things. So let's go back to the PPT, and we have seeing their changes, right? And after that, we need to go and delete the resources because we completed our PSC. Now we need to go and delete it, delete all those resources. So first we'll go and Lambda function. We delete that function rightly. This is our Lambda function. So I'm selecting this here and actions. I'm deleting it here. You can see delete. This function is deleted, right? Now delete email from the SES. So SES is already open. So we will go and select, remove it from here. These emails are deleted, right? And CloudWatch log, we need to delete the logs, right? So log groups, we will go to delete the log groups directly. Action, delete log groups. I have deleted it. Okay, it is deleted, right? And next one is IAM role. We need to go and delete the IAM role and S3 bucket. So first go the delete this S3 bucket, right? So we can do one thing, we can select all 4 files and delete it first. So we can clean up things, we can undo it. It is deleted, right? So we'll go to the S3 and select it and directly delete this bucket, right? This is deleted, right? And now next one, go to the IAM roles, and we have created these roles. So go and delete roles. Deleted, right? So we have done everything. Now we have completed this POC. In this next POC, we will again do the Lambda one, and here we will send a notification to the Lambda function when a message sent to the simple queue service SQS value change in the same process. So I will show you this demo in the next video, and we have done this POC for this series, this part 9, part 8 currently. Now, if you like this video, if you don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. We will meet you in the next video. Bye for now.